Buddy. Let's load everything up, and then I'll get into playing some games for you guys. I want to talk about some things first. Seriously, like I'm just, I'm confused. Um, maybe it's just people. Maybe it's, I know it's not me. I definitely know it's not me because none of some things just don't make sense. Okay, I'm just confused as to why, you know, as Reddit's weird. People are weird. They don't understand stuff and they don't naturally think straightforward, which is very, very bizarre to be exact. And I had talked about this earlier in a video today I made. It's literally called what are intrusive thoughts? Intrusive thinking is when you allow yourself to think something so negative even though it's actually not true. All right? And I see this going on a lot. And I'm going to show you an example from Reddit that just don't make sense to me. And I don't know if these are just people trolling me, but this is just crazy right now at this point. This is like a continuous like troll and people not actually understanding any form of logic is what I'm convinced. But these could be people trolling me. Okay, okay. Let me go ahead and share this off to the whole entire internet so people can, come in and watch. Because I want people to see what it is I'm talking about. All right? Wherever this line of thinking is coming from, you all need to lay off the drugs or something. Or whatever it is you're doing. You know, um, I don't know what's actually going on and I don't know what's in the water. I don't know if it has to even do with the water. I don't, I just, this is, it's kind of crazy. It's crazy because none of what anybody's doing is making sense. You could be straightforward as fuck and people will still like think you're insane or something like that. Which I'm just confused as to where I even come off of that because, I know I know that myself, I know what I'm doing. I know, I know most of the time what I'm doing. And, it's just like, you know, some people do things that just really, really throw me off because it's like, that don't make sense. So I'm gonna give me a few minutes. I'll show you guys exactly what it is I'm talking about. Cause I'm just like, okay, at this point, I can't tell if you're trolling. I legit can't tell if who you are, or why anybody would even be doing it. Now, I have a take on this that just doesn't seem to, for me the take is that like there's something sometimes people will say stuff to you and it'll just completely throw you off. And the reason they do that is to throw you off of what it is you're doing or throw off your vibe and make you have like this horrible day even though you're actually not having a horrible day at all. That's what people are best at. People have a way of doing things that throw you really off of your vibe and throw you off of your path, throw you off of what you're doing. And I'll show you guys here in a second. I'm going to keep advertising here and I just want people to know that like this is stuff that I legitimately am not understanding, and I'm gonna be upfront about this. If you ever see me saying something, you know, like flirting with a woman example, I'm flirting with a woman because I legit like that woman. I legit like that woman. Okay, there's no run around to that. There's no ulterior motive. I legit like the woman. I don't understand what is so hard to understand about that. If the long hair is throwing you off, well, that's on you because some guys have long hair and they like women. It's not very hard to understand. There's no rocket science to this. This is straightforward logic and it makes sense to me. And a lot of people can't put these pieces of puzzle together because they're so stuck in a mindset of not believing it to be real. For me, the Bible has helped me. The Bible actually made me be more upfront with myself. And that is part of the problem with people who are reading the Bible. They're Some of them are actually afraid to be upfront with themselves. That's something that as I'm reading the Bible, I'm more aware of that a lot of people are just not upfront with what they want to say. So we're gonna head over to this Reddit page, okay? I had two people today give me some random hard time, and I can't figure out why, for the life of me, they were doing this. But there's got to be a reason behind why they're doing this, okay? So I put a joke here a little bit ago. Um, I put a joke here a little bit ago that got taken the wrong way, and it got downvoted. I don't care that it got downvoted. You know what they say about people getting downvoted and taking harassment is they they do well eventually. That's just standard average of how things go. You take abuse, you start to do well. It sucks, but eventually you're gonna come out on top and above everything. Now, this person right here. All right, so I was like, I just want to state this because I see my comment getting downvoted. Here you lie. As a guy, we are meant to flirt with women. It is natural, normal, and normal male behavior. If you're getting offended and you're a guy, you might be liking guys too much, and men are always supposed to be okay with flirting with women. There's no there's no law against it. So if you think you're doing justice, you're not. Just some food for thought. Any man getting mad at a man flirting with a woman is, you know, you're in the rainbow flags. Let's face facts, okay? And this person is like, this is more than a little flirting. Who the fuck cares? I'm not gonna get arrested for flirting with a woman. That's what these people need to understand. And let's put, you people are treating me, you people are treating me, and I meant to put like a wife that is keeping an eye out for a husband, making sure he flirts with no woman. That's the essential of what these people are doing. All right. And this person's just like, just because you don't like someone doesn't mean it's okay to sexualize them. I was like, those intrusive thoughts are really getting to you guys. You go play a game or read a Bible. I like Melanie. She's hot and I would date her. But what is up with you guys? You're all acting strange. All right. This has been a non-stop phenomenon with male being weird with other males, flirting with women. This has been a non-stop ongoing thing. And it makes me wonder, what is going on here? Where is this all stemming from, and what is causing this? These people obviously have low self-esteem. I don't know if that's a guy, and unfortunately, I just don't want to find out. Okay, and we're on the internet where jokes are irrelevant. Okay, jokes are irrelevant all the time. You you know, player Essence made a video today joking about his friends in a very dark manner, but he still was joking about his friends and Spawncast in general. I watched it; it was funny. And me in general, I was in a Discord today. I had everybody making fun of me. You know what I had? You know what I did? Because my self-esteem is so high right now, I'm just not offended easily. I rolled with the punches. I rolled with the punches and I made fun of myself. And you know what? I'm okay. I don't look down upon myself. There was a guy dissing on my hair today on TikTok. You know what I said? He's like, "Go wash your hair." I was like, "I did." He's like, "I bet that feels better." I was like, "Yeah, it feels better." And it's wild all the time. He's like, "Well, just keep washing it." And I was like, "You know, I do. I wash my hair all the time." So my thing is where is this line of thinking stemming from with these individuals that are that are coming to this Reddit page and giving somebody a hard time? And the only thing I can think of is their self-esteem is way too low. And they're not reading the Bible. They're not actually listening to the Bible at all. And that's one factor that helped me change. But these intrusive thoughts that people let linger about in their head are always the worst. They're, you know, it's just, I know about them now because I've been the brunt of them myself. And I actually had intrusive thoughts for a little bit, you know. And today, there's a girl in the Discord that it literally gives me a hard time, but in just like this man and woman friendly, you know, kind of flirting thing. And I looked at it this way. I looked at it like this. I legit like I took it with a grain of salt, okay? And she was in reverse flirting with me in a really really dark manner. Okay, so I got used to that. I got used to women doing that to me because I know sometimes women are like that. They're not they flirt with guys in this really really dark manner, and they get aggressive, and it's not only them arguing with their feelings, but what it is hey dude, they like you. Face the facts, and they can sit there and deny it all day. But you keep going at it, and then you back off a little bit. You'll see that they like you. Okay. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna put my window up and run my fan. So give me now. If anybody is totally unaware what an intrusive thought is, we can pull this term up on YouTube, on Google right now, and look this up. It's intrusive thoughts are again intrusive thoughts are ideas and images that come to mind uninvited and typically unwanted. They can range from thoughts that make you feel a bit uneasy to being wholly disturbed, okay? So if you're sitting there doing nothing, okay? This is the only time it happens. Is when you sit there, you do nothing, and you're looking at your phone. You're just scrolling through your phone and you're not doing absolutely anything else but your phone. All right? You're going to see something so much on your phone that's going to actually end up getting into your head. All right? And then you're going to have an intrusive thought making you act a certain way and make you go after people because of like their hair or like stuff like that. And I just sit there and I look at it this way. I'm like, the internet is a place where people joke. Okay, the internet's a place where people tell dark jokes. The internet's a place where people joke and mess around. In fact, I've been doing it today because at the end of the day, I look at it this way. I'm not. All right, so they just commented something. Okay, so I'm not gonna sit here and try to fight with this guy in front of you with this guy, but like, okay, so let's see what he has to say. So, how is telling somebody to practice what you preach strange? Where in your sentence did you even say that? Okay, you didn't say that anywhere. You basically came in here and harassed me for being a guy, essentially, for saying some words typed up on a computer screen, for showing something digital. This is part of the reason people need to get off the internet, because these people come in here and they take what you say too far, and you can definitely see when they're taking it too far. Because I'm not gonna say anything to this guy, because this guy obviously is online too much. This girl, this guy, I don't know who this is, but I'm tired of fighting with people like these. And they're always saying, well, practice what you preach. Ladies and gentlemen, I practice what I preach all the time. And what I'm coming down to is, intrusive thoughts get the better of everybody. And these are people that don't want to step out of what is an intrusive thought. So, for example, today in a Discord, like I said, people were giving me a hard time, and I wasn't having intrusive thoughts over it. So I was bold enough to make fun of myself too and say funny stuff, and then turn around and pick on them while I'm at it. And in fact, legitimately, the girl that gives me a hard time, I openly was like, "Fuck you," to just jokingly to her, and I don't, and it's just funny because she jokingly is always like, well, I'm going on a date with my husband, she came back later and I was like, did you guys have sweaty sex? Like, just messing around. Now, but this is the kind of line of thinking that somebody is, not willing to look at not willing to pull back from everything, or like, you know, or even just remotely take into consideration that, you know, how is telling someone to practice what you preach strange? Is this okay? Let me see something here. This is gonna be. I feel like she lingers in here, but I'm not. I'm gonna be like, "Are you Melanie Mac?" That's all I'm gonna say to this person, and I'm not gonna say any more than that. I want to see the reaction off of this, and I want to see what is gonna happen, and I want to see, because the way this is sounding is it sounds like it's her, and she's not really arguing with me, but at the same time, this sounds like her. All right. And I'm not, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave that question open, and we're going to see where that leads. All right. I want to have, so yeah, I look at adult stuff on here sometimes, so I apologize. But my thing is we get into these things called intrusive thoughts, okay? You can be anybody. You can be anybody. You can have like so many followers on the internet and whatever, and you still have really low self-esteem. And I'm not going to make fun of anybody who is like that. But I just somebody's like, go back to sleep. I read the Bible off on TikTok, and some guy was like, go back to sleep, and I'm like, I did. I was asleep last night, and I'll go to sleep again. Dude, maybe the Bible did. Maybe that's a metaphor towards what the Bible did to me. Maybe the Bible actually woke me up, and maybe it made me more aware of like, being self-conscious of myself, or like, saying what I really mean instead of holding it back. It just gave me a self-esteem boost. And that's something I've been trying to get people to understand is like the self-esteem boost can not only come from working out, it can come from anything, man. It can come from anything. As long as you keep yourself busy and not let your mind get skedaddled or scattered, you can feel you can just, you can change the way you think just like that. And that was the blessing I got when I read the Bible is like it definitely woke me up into being a person with more self-esteem and a person who has more sense of has more self security, I guess I want to say, and has more and is less afraid of things because you know what? The people that always put somebody in a bad spot, you're going to learn that they're afraid of a lot of things. Okay? They're afraid of a lot of things. They're afraid of like hearing the truth said to them. And sometimes you don't even need to be hypocritical. You don't even need to be like really really hypercritical of the another person. You just have to be you have to like present them with the idea, and that is why when somebody's making fun of me now or something, I'll take sorry, I'm picking my nose. Yes, I know, I'm picking my nose, but but I'm just saying this to keep an open mind to this, that this is a point in time in my life where I feel better than ever, and my self-esteem is not going to die anytime soon because every night every day I read a chapter of that Bible, regardless if, and the reason I started was thanks to Melanie Mack. Okay, I thank her a lot for getting me started. Okay, I am further in the Bible than I have ever been before, and I thank her for that. That is, in fact, I thank God for that. And that's where I think I'm just blessed with like self-esteem right now is what it is. I've never had self-esteem this good. I haven't had self-esteem this good since my early 20s. My self-esteem ended up dying a little while ago due to some people, just me letting people, get into my head. And it's best to pay attention to things and who you're around, and even if you are having this like massively hard time with people, go away for a little bit. I mean, it's all you can really do. You're not going to be horribly pissed off at somebody. But a lot of us on the internet, we do need to be more cautious of of ourselves. We do need to understand that a lot of joking happens on the internet, you know, and a lot of and a lot of the internet is just it's people. The internet consists of people being so unaware of how they actually feel about anything, and when you feel so unaware of how you feel about something, what does that cause? It causes you to overthink. It causes you to be mad at somebody because you're arguing with yourself and your feelings. You also will do a whole bunch of other stuff that makes you think that that's what you're feeling isn't real. That's another persuasion I picked up on since I've been reading the Bible is like people need to let themselves understand how they feel. If you can't understand how you feel, then you're never gonna be at ease with anything. You're never gonna be. And for me, yeah, I'm not suffering right now due to the fact that I've been sitting down and reading the Bible almost daily. Like this has been I don't even know when we started this. Like it's been a good couple weeks. It's been a good couple months now, and I'm really really glad that I'm, going back to get more of the Holy Spirit in my life. Get more of get more of that holy energy is one may say. And that's where that's all I simply do is I read the Bible, and because I've became more self-aware, and even at my job, people can see the difference in me, and I see the people around me, and a lot of people around me, you can just see that like a lot of them, some of them are just aren't very happy about the way things are, and it's hard to talk to those people because they automatically they snap at you sometimes. They snap at you and they make you feel some sort of way about yourself. And that's something that I've been trying to get more and more people to understand. Hold on. Where am I streaming to? Where's the other website that I'm streaming to? Oh, all right. So I'm going to switch over to Twitter because that's where I meant to stream instead of YouTube. I'm streaming on YouTube right now, and that's not where I meant to do it. So hold on.